사람을 찾고 있는 거예요.
아니 왜 사람을 여기서 찾아?
엄마가 실종됐어요. 저 분명히 엄마 여기 마지막으로 온 것 같은데.
귀신이네. 종교는 있나?
I think that first, one of the most successful aspects of it is the lead. He's very grounded, very believable, very fun to watch on screen. I particularly love the way that the filmmakers have a lot of these close shots on the lead and also the woman who's in charge of like the psychic shop. They have these really strong, mesmerizing shots that go like ultra close on them, and I think that they're really effective. Also, partly because of the artistry, but also because of the really strong acting, which really was clear throughout. And I think also this short does a really great job with reveals. There's so many great reveals in the story, but also in the camera work. Like the reveal that the room is now covered in plastic was so great. I was like audibly gasped because it's such a great scheme and they do a really great job of setting it up. And the also the reveal that that's also where the lead's mother was really powerful, and the way that they laid out that story created an ultimate sense of dread, keeping the camera on the lead the whole time, allowing him to embody that feeling. And also the final image, the lasting image of on like the missing posters, it was all, it felt very cohesive. And the suspense and the tension they really did a great job of sustaining that throughout.
This was a really interesting piece. I thought it was well done stylistically. In particular, the cinematography created a great sense of mood and rhythm that really got you into the film, and it worked both as a sort of a horror concept in terms of straight fear or a threat of violence or demons, but also psychologically and philosophically in terms of sort of the inner turmoil of the lead character who's been in search for his mother, I believe, for such a long time, and has found himself in a place in which he's looking for a solution, but actually finds himself deeper into trouble. I thought the approach to setting up the shots in terms of close-up shots, as well as a very sort of stylistic backdrops in terms of the psychic area and the later on the surgery type scene, I thought they were all done very well, and it really created a sense of mood that really created tension and suspense that carried out throughout the entire piece. I thought the lead actor was really one of the highlights of the entire piece in general. He carried the entire story in a way that showed a great sense of range, sort of a great sense of sort of inner drama, as well as reflecting intensity and urgency when he was in conversations with the people around him as he was trying to figure out what was going on. And ultimately, it created a piece that I thought was very engrossing and easy to get engaged to because of the stylistic components that were blended in such a good way. So I thought it was well done, and I ended up enjoying it.
Great trip, mental and physical trip. We can see the main character going looking for his mom, but then he's got his own demons inside, so he's basically he's having these visions. Pretty much every 5 minutes there's a new vision, and then he tries to understand where he is. He looking for his mom because he's missing his mom, because he cares about her, or because his mom is not there anymore, so he doesn't have money anymore, and he's just looking for her to get money, and and just to keep living his life and without actually caring about her mom. I think this is a very strong film. I like the psychedelic look of the movie, and especially the ending when then he gets into his kind of hospital, let's say, where then he goes under surgery, and I think it was a very powerful moment, quite scary, but in overall the direction and the cinematography is what I love more, especially the color grading, this grayish color grading, really manages to elevate the main character internal struggles.
I liked the fact that we start out as assuming this is supernatural, demons, gods, and then, having it be revealed that it's actually this real life horror in the organ harvesting business. I thought that was an interesting twist. I also really liked that our protagonist does not have the best of intentions. Like, in a way, he's an anti-hero because he's only searching for his mother because he's in debt himself. So I thought that was some dissonance there with wanting to root for this main character, but knowing he doesn't have the best intentions. I like that anti-hero aspect. Overall, this film looked really great. Cinematography was beautiful. And I liked the use of gore. I thought that when it was used, it was really creepy, really effective, but it wasn't used gratuitously, which I thought would be really easy to do in something like organ harvesting, but it was used very sensitively and effectively to, give us the right amount of horror.
I loved the color aspect to it, where it went from really dark, almost black, to suddenly, as the main character finds out what he's looking for, where he is, it turns bright and white. It's something that you see done in films quite often, but rarely do you see them in short films. Short films are usually sweet and to the point. In this film, the filmmakers made sure to still go with the big, vibrant color scheme where they go from dark to light as the character changes and realizes their goal. It's, like I said, you hardly ever see that in short films. This film had an amazing and beautiful score that really made you feel for this character. You wanted him to succeed on his journey. It also had amazing cinematography. It was really quite dynamic, where it would go from extreme close-ups to wide long shots to really tell the story and where this character was going. It made it really stand out from other short films because you feel for it. You're rooting for this character, even though it's in a very scary situation. You're still rooting for him to succeed and hoping he doesn't end up killed himself.
The sort of dark and moody atmosphere that is present through most of the film is just done really well. It's just enough to sort of convey that mood without getting into the too dark, and I'm squinting to make out what's what. So really well done through the cinematography, the color grading, and all that stuff was remarkably done. The performances were also really strong here too. The translations notwithstanding, I felt like everything just really added up, felt authentic. So hats off in that regard.
Everyone's performance is just fantastic. They show intense sound and visual effects that make this definitely scary and touching on this tragic ongoing crime of organ trafficking. It's just a sad reality, it was only fiction, and this film is just an amazing portrayal of horrifying stories that happen in real life with an amazing production.